everybody. My name's Darlene and I have Parkinson's. Today is Make It Monday. Yay! I like Make It Monday. I'm going to just hold this up for a second, and if you want to try and copy it down, you can. My writing's not very good. I will put it in the description so you can get it there. We're going to be making some cornbread. Now, the recipe that I'm going to give you can make two kinds of cornbread. You can make sweet cornbread or regular cornbread. I like the sweet cornbread myself. The only difference is if you're making the sweet cornbread, you're using 2/3 of a cup of sugar. And if you're making the regular, it's 1/3 cup of sugar. So it's just depending on how sweet you want your cornbread to be. So I've got everything all pre-measured here because that's the hardest part for me, is the measuring. So I will just go from here. I got 1 cup of flour, and you will notice again, I've said this the last couple of times, I'm not moving around very much right now because my meds aren't working exactly the way they should be at this moment in time, but I wanted to get this in the oven, so I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to put in the 2/3 of a cup of sugar and 1 cup of cornmeal. Now there's white cornmeal or there's yellow cornmeal. This is regular yellow cornmeal. It's not a muffin mix. You want to make sure you don't get the muffin mix. So we're putting all our dry ingredients together. I've got a teaspoon of salt. And I have 3½ teaspoons, which is just over a tablespoon, of baking powder. And so that's all the dry ingredients there. This is so simple to make. And, you know, it's really, really good. Like if you're having chili or if you're having something savory like that, this is a nice addition to your meal. It extends what you're doing by giving you a little bit of the bread. So this now I've got a cup of milk, and any kind of milk will do. I'm using homogenized. I have 1 egg, and I have 1/3 of a cup. Is it 1/3 of a cup? Yes, 1/3 of a cup of oil. I'm just using vegetable oil. Okay, I'm going to just turn my beaters on here for just a moment, so hopefully it's not too loud for you. I'm just going to get this mixed up a little bit. We're going to also tell you a little bit of a story, so while I'm mixing this, I'm going to tell you the story. Bill used to work for the post office. And when we had moved one time, in Canada, we used to get what we called it the family allowance. And now I think it's called a child tax credit or something. But anyway, every month, this was back in the old days when we didn't have like banks that took automatic deposit and all that stuff. So it was mailed to you in the mail, a check every month. Well, for us, when we moved, we forgot to put the change of address into the office. We just had a change of address that we put in for the post office. Well, we got there and we realized we hadn't put it in for the family allowance to come, and they won't forward the check unless you have notified them. So I said to Bill, oh no, we're not going to get our family allowance this month. And he says, oh yes, we will. He said, I'll phone them up at the office where it's going, and he said, I'll just tell them that it's for me, and they'll keep it for me. I said, oh, that's handy. So anyway, he told them at the post office and whatnot, and sure enough, my check was delivered to me. But I laughed because when the check was delivered to me, on the envelope it says, hold for Wild Bill. I said, Wild Bill? I said, what have you been doing that you are known as Wild Bill? Good heavens. But anyway, that's what he was known as. So I don't know what he got up to at work, that's the way he was known, but that's what happened. Now, it says a 9-inch square pan. I'm going to just use a rectangle pan, and I've sprayed it with a little bit of cooking spray. You can line it with parchment paper if you want, but I just... Another addition in this that is very nice, but I didn't want to do that this time, was if you want to take a can of Niblets corn, you can add the actual corn to it. And but I didn't bother doing that this time. I just wanted to make just the cornbread. Okay, now I'm going to pop this into the oven, and I'll bring you back when it's all cooked. Oh, I'm going to cook it at 400 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. I'm back. It's cooled down a little bit. It's sunk a little bit in the middle there. I guess I maybe pulled it out of the oven just a little bit too soon. I'm just going to cut it and show you what it looks like. Oh, look at what I've done.
What?
I pulled it all apart. I'm just going to hold it up and show them this piece here. There we go. I'm sorry, I pulled it all apart. It's not working very good. I'm going to give it a quick taste. It's delicious. Okay, that's cornbread. I'm sorry, I'm not showing that very good. There we are. That's my cornbread. I hope you enjoyed the Make It Monday, and we'll see you all soon.
So I'm going to just cut and show again because Mom was worried that it hadn't come out very nicely when she cut it. But this is her cornbread, you can see here. And it is very light, fluffy, and delicious. So we will be happy to have a slice of that. Thank you for watching.